Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Bain, Break It Down Forex. It's your boy, Big Bain, in this thing. You guys guessed it, another week, another opportunity for us to make some money in the Forex market. So let's get right to it. All right, boom, over on the dollar, guys. So right now we are in mix. Okay, so Friday we closed with a nice bearish engulfing candle to all of these days of the dollar rising, getting near the supply level and then reversing down. So technically we're bearish because the structure is still in a downtrend coming off of this price action here. But if we go down to a lower time frame, say the 2 hour, right, we can see that the dollar is bullish here. Okay, and it did just break a low to where it can continue to go lower, but there is a demand area that initiated this whole break to the upside. So getting back to this is most likely what's going to happen before we have some sort of rise back up. And there's been a lot of imbalance, all right, that has not been filled when the dollar gapped down, sometime early in the month. So we played around that, right, but we never filled it. So we have that opportunity now where the dollar can still continue being bullish as it was, from Friday, just continuously started to rise. Again, we can just continue falling. It just all depends, right? There is news for the dollar next week, mostly news for the JPY, but I think we have something for the dollar in the middle of the week, maybe Wednesday, that will absolutely be a catalyst to what direction the dollar is really going to head in. But for now, the dollar is very mixed because again, we can fall into demand and then rise. We could also just kind of rise into the fair value gap and then fall, all right? Or we can just fall. So it's going to be tricky. Time will tell, but I'm going to go with bullish for right now as I see price dipping down into this bit of a demand area here, right? And then rising to fill the imbalance of this fair value gap, right? So I'm bullish on the dollar initially, but I do see the dollar potentially falling from this fair value gap, or if it happens to break below this demand area, I do see the dollar falling. But just for this week, I'm going to say the dollar is going to tap into demand and we're going to get a rise at least until Wednesday. Maybe things will reverse after economic news for the dollar past Wednesday. All right, but for now, I'm bullish on the dollar. All right, moving over to JPY, and JPY has given us a change of character. It is retraced back to this demand area. The only problem is that it's taking forever in a lifetime to move and to push up. All right, and that's what I'm waiting on with the JPY. But now that there's major economic news coming out for the JPY this week, Monday and Tuesday, it makes sense why it's been consolidating for so long. It's waiting for that information to come out, and then from there the JPY most likely will blast off to the upside. But we may get a sweep first, so watch out for this, right? We may sweep the previous week's low, right, get a little deeper. There's a very tiny fair value gap here, right? So we can go and fill that and then start to rise on JPY. All right, and if that happens, guys, GJ, EJ, AJ, NJ, all of those JPY pairs are going to absolutely tank, and you're looking at literally about 500 pips on each one of those that I mentioned, including CHF, JPY. So you guys should look out for your selling opportunities on those pairs, especially if there's good news that comes out for the JPY. All right, I'm bullish. All right, moving over to our dollar, and as you guys can see here on the 2 hour time frame, we have been headed down on the odd dollar as the dollar's been rising on Friday. But now we're at this bit of a supply level to where we can continue falling, and again, that lines up with the dollar rising, right? So just with the structure that it has, it hasn't broken to go up, so we haven't had bullish structure yet on the odd dollar. So we're continuing to stay with the trend, which is down just for this current piece of price action. Now, this is a falling wedge, which typically is a bullish reversal chart pattern. In this case, it looks like it'll be a bullish continuation from, the overall trend that was on the odd dollar, right? As we can see here from this higher time frame, right? We were really rising up, but now we've started to, change that structure, but it's very tight and it hasn't really moved a good deal in terms of volume, like a good push up here. We haven't really gotten like a good push down. But again, all of this can be waiting on economic news to make it happen. But for me, I'm going to go bearish on odd dollar. We may push up to sweep the previous week high before we drop. So please be on the lookout for that. But outside of that, guys, I definitely see dollar looking like a great selling opportunity for us to take advantage of. And we're looking at over 275 pips to the downside. All right, I'm bearish on dollar. All right, moving over to euro dollar. All right, so euro dollar again has started to retrace. All right, and we had a change of character right here when we broke this low, made the lower high, made the lower low, and now we're going to again a bit of a zone or supply area that was initiated this major drop here. We're going right back to that, to where we can fall from there, or we may push up a little bit more to again seek the liquidity above this previous week high. If we do that, then we're just looking for price to come back in or trade back within that weekly range, and then we'll look to sell it. My team has already sold it from this supply area, so we've been in profit, and now it's just kind of pulled back on us a little bit. But again, with the dollar rising, guys, euro dollar typically does the complete inverse. So if it rises on the dollar, typically euro will fall. Okay, and that's what I'm looking for, a selling opportunity on euro USD. I am bearish. Right, over to pound dollar, same exact thing. Now pound dollar from a higher time frame looks more bullish. All right, as we look at it like that, we had a nice run up, breaking these highs, a retracement, and then a bullish engulfing candle. So technically, from looking at it on the daily, we should continue rising. The thing is, when we get down to a lower time frame like the 2 hour, all right, we can see that rise prices fell to continue making higher highs. All right, it's been making lower highs and lower lows, lower highs equal, and then eventually lower low, and now we just kind of broke above this high. But it's mainly just to get the liquidity that has been engineered behind this trend line. Okay, that's what that push up is aiming for. So most likely what's going to happen is we're going to get another push up, taking the weekly previous week high and then tapping into supply before we get the drop. All right, maybe we don't tap into supply, maybe we just take the weekly high and then turn around and drop. Either way, as much as pound dollar is looking bullish on the daily, here on the lower time frame, it's looking like we got a shift at least to the downside that we can probably take advantage of. But we definitely want to see rejection of this area and this area before we sell it, because again, if it is bullish, it will most likely break through supply and continue rising higher. So be careful selling GU right away, right? Look for some rejection, some bearish candles, and then go for the sell. All right, bearish on GU. Over to NU, looks perfect. All right, again, my team sold, and we're getting ready to see price drop if the dollar rises, right? So NU is one of those go-to plays of the week. All right, guys, coming down for about 200 pips, easy. Bearish on New Zealand dollar. All right, over to dollar CAD, and like I mentioned, I'm expecting the dollar to rise, so I'm expecting dollar CAD to probably push down a little more first, just as a manipulation liquidity grab, and then head in the direction that I expect the dollar to go in, which is up. All right, so for that reason, I'm simply looking for a sweep, a close back within, right, the trading range of last week, and from there I'll be buying dollar CAD, as I will be bullish on it. And there's a lot of pips on the table for dollar CAD, 300, and probably more. All right, bullish on dollar CAD. Over to dollar CHF, same exact thing. It looks just like the dollar, where the dollar can dip down a little bit to demand and then take off, getting to the supply areas. All right, so that's what I'm expecting for dollar CHF, is a little drop into demand, and then from there we're going to get a nice rise up to supply, and we're talking, a good, let's say 200 pips on that as well. All right, guys, bullish on dollar CHF. Dollar JPY, again, I'm looking for the JPY index to rise, therefore UJ should fall, but this is going to be a very tricky one because the dollar rising as well as JPY rising, right? What is this going to do if they're both rising, right? So it's going to be tricky, but basically I'm looking to see if we can break below Friday's low, and if we do, then I'll be looking to sell. But if we respect Friday's low and we start to rise, especially if we break above supply or the weekly high, then I'll be looking for that buying opportunity on UJ. But for right now, guys, I'm more bearish than I am bullish on UJ for the sell. So there you have it. All right, bearish on UJ. Pound odd, I see it rising to supply and then potentially falling from there. All right, yeah, that's pretty much it for pound odd. I see it rise and then a fall, so I'm temporarily bullish and then overall bearish on pound odd. All right, doesn't look the best, but there's going to be a selling opportunity on it. All right, over to pound CAD, same exact thing, right? We're breaking lows with this downtrend structure. We consolidated, and now we're just going to tap into that supply and then most likely get another drop down. All right, so pound CAD definitely looks like a good selling opportunity. We just want it to get a little higher into supply before we take that drop. All right, so bearish on pound CAD. All right, pound CHF, same thing. We're already at supply, right? So typically be careful and watch out for that additional little sweep that they try to do, to grab liquidity above the highs before it begins to fall. All right, but if you get that sweep and prices trading back lower, that is going to be a good indication for you to sell it down to the next swing low, which will give you 90 pips roughly. But looking at this, like this is definitely an area that price most likely will gravitate to, and this is a huge trend line. So there's liquidity sitting all behind that trend line that price most likely will drop down to make things interesting. Okay, 248 pips, pound CHF. I am bearish. All right, pound New Zealand, same exact thing. So we broke a low here, we even broke a low here. So this is all the retracement into supply. And again, we may push up a little bit to sweep the previous week high, maybe a little above supply, possibly even take out this weekly swing or this swing high, right? Take that out and then drop. Okay, so watch out for that potential. Again, there's some fair value gaps that's above this swing high that it might want to tap into before falling. So this is going to be, one of those situations where you really want to see some bear candles before you sell it. That way you'll have a bit more confirmation on your side that it will drop. All right, but pound New Zealand still bearish. Okay, over to GJ, you guys should know I'm looking to sell it. Okay, we got this high, we ended up breaking this low, giving us a change, and we made a new low, and now we're retracing all the way back to supply. So from there, guys, I expect GJ to absolutely tank come Monday or Tuesday, and you're looking at 591 pips, round off to about 600 pips that you can get on GJ. All right, it can happen. Trust and believe. I'm bearish on GJ. All right, silver. All right, silver still bearish, guys. All right, so that will line up with the dollar rising. We got a nice trend line break. We broke a low, and now we're retracing back to our point of interest here. Okay, if we look at it from the 2 hour, we can see a little bit more clarity in terms of us having a nice evening start here to where we can sell, put our stop hopefully above supply, and let silver fly to the downside. With the way that things are looking, we definitely look like we can hit down here to the swing low around the $61 price point. All right, so if you can get in for a sell this week on silver, you will be a happy camper, because it looks like it's going to absolutely tank. All right, guys, bearish on silver. All right, over to gold, same exact thing, guys. It's Christmas all over, right? Just a nice break of the trend line. We're in a downtrend structure, and we're respecting every high that we create, giving us opportunities to get in for the sell. So with gold, again, these are kind of equal highs, so watch out for a potential deeper sweep before dropping, and possibly maybe even get into this trend line before dropping. But either way, we're looking for that drop on gold to take it all the way down to, you know, around this 43.80 price point. All right, guys, and may even get down to the swing low at, you know, 41.60 or 41.20. But overall, guys, this is a great opportunity to take advantage of a sell on gold. I am bearish. All right, moving over to natural gas, and again, natural gas still looks bullish to me. All right, it swept this low, I'm sorry, it broke this low, made a new low, and now the retracement should be the next phase where we go to fill in this imbalance that we have here from a major drop on silver. All right, we should go fill that up, and then maybe potentially drop or continue rising. We won't know until it's all said and done, but natural gas is definitely looking bullish. All right, bullish on natural gas. Oil, all right, oil is sitting at demand. It did make a bit of a rise over, you know, the weekend. So for Friday, you know, just that whole day started going up, so it is respecting demand for now, which again, if the war is still on, you know, the oil will absolutely increase for that reason. So be on the lookout for oil to make a major rise, getting up to supply and back into the $100 price points. All right, guys, bullish on oil. All right, over to SPY. All right, you guys can see that SPY broke all-time highs. We consolidated for a bit, we swept that liquidity, but now on the lower time frame, we can see that we have a nice rising wedge. All right, and we all know this could be a continuation up, but if we break out below this low, right, or any of these lows, really this one, if we can get below that and kind of break here, we're definitely going to see a drop on SPY, and that will line up with the dollar being bullish. All right, so watch out for a good selling opportunity on SPY. Don't just sell it right away, because again, we can still break out and keep going higher, right? We want to see price definitely break some lows with big momentum candles before we sell SPY. All right, I'm bearish on SPY. All right, moving over to NAS, same exact thing, right? New all-time highs, but now we're getting this rising channel, which again is a bearish reversal pattern. So as long as we can get price to come down below this price point, right, opening and closing below that, that will give us the initial shift to the downside. So we may get a retracement up and then get a higher low or a lower high created, right? A lower high, okay, from this high up here, right? And from there, guys, you get some bear candles, kiss the baby goodnight. NAS will absolutely tank, okay? And let's look at it from a higher time frame to give you guys a good picture of just how far we can expect NAS to get down. And I'm talking all the way down to the swing low, right? It seems impossible right now, but you know, in due time it'll get there. But this is 3,477 points just to this area, and all the way down to the swing is 4,738. NAS will absolutely pay, and it moves very, very nicely, guys. So please try to take advantage of what we have going on for your selling opportunity on NAS. All right, I am bearish. All right, moving over to US30, last but not least, looking at this from a higher time frame. And again, we had a head and shoulders right here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We didn't quite break the neckline because we've been getting a lot of wickage and consolidation, building up engineered liquidity behind the highs. So for that reason, I see US 30 sweeping this liquidity, possibly tapping into supply, and then once it gets below this area, then it'll be ready to absolutely tank. But you can probably take your chances selling from the absolute high or on the breakout once it gets below that swing low. So from there, guys, again, we are expecting US 30 to give us a major drop all the way down to this support level for 3,813 points. All right, I'm bearish on US 30. And there you have it. So guys, please be, on the lookout for, what the news results are for JPY. That way you can cash out on the J's. Also look to see what happens with the dollar on Wednesday. That way you can cash out on the metals and the majors. All right, guys. Tune in with me if you want to, be on top of things. And you need someone to hold your hand. All right, forex.bain.com. Click on the link for the Discord. And I will see you at the greatest show on earth. All right. And in the meantime, in between time, y'all know what it is. It's your boy. Peace.
Want to get money? Want to get paid? Master Forex, like a sensei? Then you know you got to come and swing my way. And if you want to fast forward, hit replay.